Ta-da! We're live. It is that day. That day. What day is it? What day is it? To be fair, because it's Friday now for me.
Well, it's still Thursday for the rest of us.
Oh, so I'm in the future. There we go. So we're
Quick,
live
quick!
on.
What are my winning lotto numbers?
You don't need to win the lottery, Brian. You are already a winner.
You're right. I'm friends with Sean.
Exactly. I need to change your name back. Actually, Brian. Maybe put your name up as Bianca. Then there we go. Cool. So we're live on TikTok. We are live on Facebook. We are live on YouTube. We are live in the PHS. We're live everywhere. Modern technology. How is Sean and Brian?
Hot.
Yeah, it's warm here.
We turn on the lumens.
Yeah. It's been cool and rainy here, but otherwise not too bad.
Yeah, here in the UK, it is all over the place. So a couple of days ago, it was 30-degree heat. I don't know what that is in Americanism. And then it was raining, and now it's cloud. Or it was cloudy today, but it's just really warm and muggy tonight, which is horrible. Because I tried to open the window in the office, and it just let all the bugs in. And now it's not horrible. So yeah,
this may be an American thing, but we have these things called screens that you put in. It keeps all the bugs and the crap out. But quick translation.
It's probably a Canadian invention, though, Brian.
Probably.
So currently in Seattle, or just north of Seattle, it's 28 degrees Celsius. Translation, 83 degrees in freedom units. A very low 38% humidity, which was down from a 70% humidity this morning when I was on the bike. But
nice.
Yeah, it looks like we're gonna kind of cool off a little bit over the next couple of days, but which is going to be a welcome trend.
Yeah.
We were well over.
News yesterday, Alberta actually got some places got almost a foot of hail. So
look at that!
Look at that lovely young lady joining us.
We've got some glamour now to the proceedings. We've got a Becky.
Yeah, Becky's joining us.
Awesome.
It's early in the morning for her. Well, wait, no, it's late at night.
It's a more reasonable time than what you guys normally go live.
Yeah. I was talking to Sean earlier, and then I think I messaged you, and I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." Still thinking it was several hours ago. Like, oh, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, this is super easy. But yeah, it's already, like I said, it's already tomorrow for you guys.
Cool. So just to answer a question on TikTok. Ashley, this art was done by a friend of mine called Az, who's just finished his masters, and so it's quite an interesting piece. I thought I'd add it to the back of the stream. So I thought I'd add a bit of colour to the proceedings. There we go. Cool. So, I mean, it's fair to say everybody in the world of hypnosis is in Las Vegas right now.
Well, not everybody. We were talking about it, Brian and I, again, we were talking earlier today. It seems like there were a lot of flights canceled coming out of out of anywhere east of the
Mason-Dixon line,
Midwest. So,
I don't know if it's me as I'm getting older, but they seem to be cancelling flights a lot easier now than what they ever have done. So I think the past 2 or 3 times I've gone to the US, there's been an issue with flights, and I've been moved, and I've had to go to a different airport and get a different flight. And logistically, it's a nightmare. I do think they find it so much easier to go, well, do you know what? Let's just cancel that flight and do something else, which is a bit of a nightmare, to be fair. I know I learned from Jim a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So Ashley's just saying on TikTok, she travels a lot and I'm getting fed up with postponed flights. Yeah, so I remember I'd cut the schedule really tight. So we were in the Michigan Hypnosis Conference. Me and Jim were running a stage hypnosis workshop as a pre-workshop. But then I got stuck in Dublin, and then the flights got cancelled, and then I just didn't make it. And so now I always try and allow a couple of travel days either side so I can get there. But it is not, it's so stressful when that flight is moved back. So, yeah.
Well, that, and you have especially when you're coming international, you've got a couple of days for your body to adjust to the time change and, the acclimate just a bit. But yeah, I'm looking at some live weather right now through across the United States, and pretty much your Tennessee, Kentucky, right up into South Indiana is just lightning storms. Louisiana is just getting bombarded, and then New Mexico and up into Colorado.
Yeah.
And Western Mexico is just getting absolutely hammered. So it's that time of year with the tropical storms and things
But
like that.
I think as the heat builds up, a storm in the UK now would be lovely. It would just clear the air a little bit and just ease things up. What's it like in Canada, Sean?
Well, if you go west to east, it's lots of forest fire smoke, hail in Alberta, reasonable conditions here in Saskatchewan because we're reasonable people, and then I don't care about the east. So,
oh yeah, I'm looking at that. The northern Montana, southern Saskatchewan, over by Medicine Hat and everything. There are lots of lightning strikes and fires. It's that fire season.
Yeah,
it is. In fact, there's so many forest fires. There were some governors that decided they needed to write a letter to the governments of the provinces that had the fires to tell them to put them out so that the forest fire smoke wouldn't trouble their people.
So that is the most Canadian thing I've ever heard. Sorry guys, can you clear the air, as if the local population is like, yes, we like that smoke ring on the inside of our people.
So if you are just tuning into Hypno News for the first time, we don't normally cover weather so extensively as we are in this show.
We never cover the weather first, right? That's
yes.
And we need, and I dare say we need somebody a little prettier to do the weather.
A little prettier.
Okay,
you mean Bianca Bay, our new weather girl? Maybe that would be a good feature for the show. Actually,
no.
In fact, we've found Brian's role. That's what
God!
It could be. Brian could be Bianca Bay, the weather consultant on the show.
So if you're friends with Grant, you can get this book, Your Life Sucks, and here's how to fix it authored by the late Jim Kellner. Available on Amazon.
Yes.
No, we were talking about the airline travel and just how a lot of airlines are trying to. I don't want to say it's erring on the side of caution, but when it's simple physics. Lightning doesn't play well with aircraft, and it's also in their terms and conditions. It's like, well, if it's weather is considered an act of God, but if it's a mechanical issue, they have to go and compensate you. But
it's but again, it's when you're traveling to a conference, as many are this week. You've planned your schedule, what you're going to be doing before and after the conference, to meet up with your friends and everything else, to then have that travel disruption. It is an absolute nightmare. So it does feel like now it's like I say, it's so much easier for travel companies, airlines, to cancel those flights, whereas I think in the past they would not want to do that. Whereas now, I think since the pandemic, I think it's easier to cancel things, which is a bit of a nightmare.
Yeah, so I just looked on the map for Las Vegas. They've got some lightning and some weather just to the southwest of them.
They got posted. They moved the pool party inside.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Because of the rain.
Apparently, there's an aerial flood watch. It's like aerial flooding is rain.
Yes, aerial flooding is rain. And I think Vegas, especially, it isn't used to rain, so when it does happen, it does cause absolute bedlam. But I will say
flash floods.
I would sooner be in Vegas with flash floods and everything else than be in Yorkshire right now. But this year I couldn't make it out to Hypno Thoughts because I had sorry, I just had to switch the camera back off and on again. Have we gone? Yeah, I'm back again. There we go.
That's the Captain Sean fix.
Exactly, yeah. Switch it off, switch it back on again.
Yep.
So it was. I can't remember what I was saying then. But yeah,
I was in Vegas.
Yeah, sooner be in Vegas than in Yorkshire. This year I had a year out. I've got too many shows in this week. And I just kind of thought I'd take a step back. But it is so much FOMO of seeing people posting their pictures as they're arriving in Vegas. I saw Jaden Boone down on Fremont Street, and then all of those memories just start coming flooding back. And it's like, oh, do you know what? It is. I do miss it. So, yeah, for all the guys that are out there at Hypno Thoughts this week, have an absolutely incredible time.
Becky says, can't wait to meet you guys. So does this mean we have a formal commitment that you're going to fly out? You know, a lot of folks have been asking, Becky.
It'd be great to actually get Becky out there.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what I was talking with Sean earlier, because Grant, I know Sean's got kind of limited time off, and so his time frame is pretty set, but wanted to coordinate with you guys so that our arrival into Vegas would be, you know, right at the same time. I can just pop over the international terminal and scoop you guys up. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Year one that we were in person, that I went to, that was fun. Year two, even better. Yeah. And year three, I'm just excited for what's in store.
Yeah. And each year there's always going to be improvements on the one before, tweaks, amendments, that type of thing. So yeah, I'm super excited. Speaker submissions are still open as well for PHS in Las Vegas. If you're a performing hypnotist, then do get that submission in. This year is, the themes are entertainment and the business side of things. We want people to really come away with value, having learned something, having made some real connections. It's I think it's important that when people take that time and expense to get there, we want to make sure they get the most out of it.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think the one thing that we talked about this here, performing hypnotist doesn't necessarily mean somebody who just gets on the stage and entertains with the show. It is somebody who presents. It is somebody who uses hypnosis on a regular basis to communicate their ideas and work with people. Those are, those skills. And I know lots of people have said this, if you are strictly a hypnotherapist, quote unquote, we'll use air quotes around therapist because I know it's not in use, en vogue everywhere. But if you are a hypnotist, the principles that we use in stage shows will definitely help you enhance the things that you do. And show me a person who can't get better at presenting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of therapists can learn so much from stage hypnosis and from the performance side of things. And that's not just about standing on stage with, confidence. It is about, how do I make that consultation an experience? How can I deliver my suggestions and my hypnotic commands in such a way that it hits home with confidence? That's the thing that makes the difference. That's the magic that makes hypnosis work. The amount of times I've seen therapists that, they're going through the words, but what's missing is the magic, the razzle dazzle. The bit that makes people do silly stuff on stage is also the stuff that really kind of makes it profound. So yeah, I think that's where the magic is. And so like Sean was just saying, even if you are just, if you're just seeing clients on Zoom, having those elements from what you're going to learn from the stage guys is just, it's going to take you to that next level. Seeing people, even if you just present on TikTok or on doing lives, knowing about blocking, lighting, stagecraft is going to benefit you.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. And there are so many nuggets that we took away last year.
Oh,
that built on the year before, that of course built on our very first year. And the other thing that you get by coming to a conference like this is the human moments.
Yeah.
The connections. The connections that you make with people, the connections that you see other people make. The people who are what we'll call the giants of our industry. The people on whose shoulders we stand and have learned from. I go back to our very first one when we were having our very first roundtable, Legends Roundtable, and Marshall was talking with Anthony, and all of a sudden you get these moments. Hey, do you remember when we went for somewhere in Chicago? And it's just boom, like that made the whole conference right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you realize that how did they do it? Well, they did it because they attended conferences like this. They connected with each other along the way. They said, "Hey, I'm doing this. What do you think about that?" They reached out. They built those friendships over time.
Yeah.
But it all started because they met.
Yeah. And look at the connection that was just made recently at the last PHS with kind of Israel and Tommy and do you know what I mean? It was just connections that it is going to go on. I mean, the Tom Silver legacy is going to live on through those guys. And that happened because of PHS, because of a connection that was made there. And yeah, that's it's going to do great work for those guys.
Yep. And I was actually just with Tommy on TikTok, I don't know, about an hour and a half ago. And even some of the language that he's using now with his inductions, bang, that's 100% something that he learned from Tom.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's it. It's we can all reinvent the wheel when it comes to hypnosis, especially when it comes to stage hypnosis. But if you've got someone that's been there before, a legend, and this is the thing, a lot of the guys that come to the conference, they're wanting to share their stories. They're wanting to make sure that, this magic doesn't die with them. It lives on through them and through the next generation of hypnotists. So that's what makes it really special. And it's Vegas in January, so it's not ridiculously hot.
It does tend to be a little bit warmer than Canada in January.
Yeah. We got cold in outside there. We went out at night that one night in front of the Bellagio, and we were like, oh my God, everybody was running for coffee and hot chocolate. Grant was trying to find his latte desperately and not for addictive purposes this time.
Yes. For what purposes?
Addictive.
Oh, sorry.
Or addiction. Grant has a caffeine problem.
I do have a caffeine. I have an everything problem.
Solved by Starbucks.
It's not a caffeine problem. There's just not enough of it. That's all.
Exactly. Exactly.
Well, recent events a few months back said,
I know. I've literally tried. This is tea. Who'd have thunked it? So yeah, I'm doing quite well on not having as much caffeine.
You're going back to your British roots, Grant.
Exactly. So yeah, again, great stuff going on in the world of hypnosis. The Michigan Hypnosis Conference is coming up soon as well.
Yes,
that's Dan's amazing conference, and he does a great job with that. Let me just pop that up. I've got it here somewhere. There it is. There we go. There he is.
That smiling face.
Yeah,
I was on Dan's podcast. Is it on Monday? Speaking of weeks, I was mentioning just before we jumped on here. It seems like I'm busier now than I was when I was still teaching, and Yeah, Dan and I had a great chat. I know Dan is really looking forward to it, and I would call him the king of swag. You know,
Yes.
he seems to be able to um, conveniently acquire from vendors that he's worked with over the years things that you wouldn't see normally at any other conference.
Yeah. And they're great raffle prizes. They're not, and there's nothing wrong with this. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with this, but a lot of the times at conferences, the raffle prizes are £500 off a special coaching program or free tickets for my next online Zoom coaching webinar or
It's like the, hey, congratulations, you get to go spend money in order to.
yeah, exactly. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's great and it gives people a great opportunity to kind of share their stuff. Dan's raffle prizes are an Elgato prompter, which is an amazing bit of kit. I purchased one of these about 6 months ago, transformed my videos.
Yeah, the first year I was out there, however my name got dropped into the hat, I'll never know.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously, I was volunteering and helping Jim out and kind of shadowing him. But actually, all three of you guys. And at the end of the day, they go, "Hey, one of the raffle items. Here's a microphone stand, cord."
Yeah.
And then Kevin Lapine comes up to me and goes, "Hey, run by Guitar Center, and they've got a Bluetooth adapter that you plug into that. Now you've got a wireless mic." And I was like,
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, just it's useful for someone first wanting to go on stage.
Yeah. Even Amanda Melissa Dodd, she won the Roadcaster Podcaster Studio. That was brilliant. Shout out to Alex. Alex, yes, Club Tropicana, one of my favourite venues to work. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed the show this week. Do stay tuned. I'll be there much more as well. So it's Alex on TikTok who was at the show at Club Tropicana's this week.
Oh yeah,
yes, and you'll see some of the videos from that on here on TikTok, Alex. So yeah, thank you for that. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I have been keeping up on some of the YouTube and Instagram videos that you posted.
It's you've got to find a balance of posting them without just making noise about them. So I always try and have a purpose to them, but sometimes I just post.
I mean, it's fun to just, I mean, not only are you and I friends, but Grant, I'm a fan of yours. So watching what and every show is different. So it's not like you've got the same old stuff. And so that it's really refreshing to kind of see what people are doing, and that kind of just sparks. It's very much. It provokes thought and sparks a lot of, all the juices flowing. But it's very similar to being at a conference or the hypnosis summits. You get to just collaborate.
Yes, and that's why again conferences are great because you get to collaborate, like you said, and the Performing Hypnosis Summit works really well because hypnotherapists have done a great job over the years of evolving, learning new protocols, having new stuff that they put out there, and that comes from them working together and trying to do better. Stage hypnotists or entertainment hypnotists for years have been in an echo chamber of their own small circle on the roads by themselves. So by putting stage hypnotists together, we kind of go, oh, right, you know what? I actually need to do better stuff and more stuff and keep growing and evolving. Because I'll be honest, for the first 15 years I was doing this, I did the same show for 15 years, same routines, because you can do that. But then once you start putting it publicly, you've got to change it up a little bit. When you start working with venues every week, you've got to change things up a little bit as well.
Well, it's like if you're doing corporate stuff, if you're like, okay, you're back at the same holiday party. Oh, it's the same show we've seen the last 5 years. That could also be problematic. Either the company's going through that much turnover to hire new people, or there's going to be less and less interest. But I'm going to ask both of you guys. I can also see where being on the road by yourself, like Jim loved this, but there's kind of an element of loneliness. It's like you show up to a venue. Hi, I'm the hypnotist. Okay, I've got my check. All right, leave me alone while I set up. You answer a couple of questions. You do a show. At the end, people go, "Thank you very much," and then you go back to your hotel, or on the way you hit a restaurant to go grab some bar food, and then you're off on your next flight. How important is it to either have friends in the area that you can see, or having somebody who either does sound or video that's kind of like some companionship with the travel?
I think companionship is really important. You know what I mean? So ideally, you want someone with soft hands and daddy issues.
Leave it to Grant to take a serious, like, softball question I lobbed up to him.
Those miles just
Oh.
eat themselves up your home like that.
I don't see it. I don't see it as being an issue of being lonely. I mean, you're busy. Your mind is generally occupied with what you have to do or what you've done because you're reviewing it. The bonus of having a second person with you is that then you can start bouncing ideas back and forth, especially if that person happens to be your your sound person or somebody technical that's kind of helping you behind the scenes. I mean, would I travel with somebody who is an assistant or potentially a partner? Yeah, absolutely. But would I have any trouble doing it alone? No, not.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if it's like here and there, but like that's one of the things I loved about doing some semi-local shows here with Jim is, we'd kind of collaborate, and we'd be either on the drive down or grabbing dinner beforehand, going like, there were times we're looking at each other going, what do you want to do tonight? I don't know. What do you want to do tonight? How's the show going to pan out? But then at breakfast afterwards in the morning, it was, okay, here's what worked. Here's what didn't. How could we refine this? Did you notice these things? And it was just kind of a push always to make one another better.
And that's it. It's good to have a fellow professional with you, so you can kind of break it down and go through it. But then also, here's the thing for me, and this is going to sound quite selfish. Unless I'm really close to the person, if I'm in the car for 5 hours, I don't want to be switched on for that amount of time. So I want to do the show. I want to get in the car and I want to hit that road. I want to put my audiobooks on. I want to put my loud music on, whatever music I'm listening to at the time. And I want to just be in that zone. So if I've had a terrible show, there's a couple of other hypnotists that I can ring up and just decompress from that. But the reality is I want to be by myself, and I want to be able to unbutton my jeans and just be like, I can be Grant now, not Grant on stage now.
Right.
And so I actually love the miles on the way to a show because it helps me get my mind into the show. But I also love the miles on the way back from a show because it's just me, the open road, and not worrying about too much else.
And what's kind of wild is how you'll drive, 6, 7, 8 hours, and you're like, yeah, that's one way. I do the show, and then I turn around and come home. And I'm like, dude, that's a 16-hour commute.
Something that my dad said to me, especially in this province now. Saskatchewan is it's about 95% of the size of Texas. Texas has 23 million people in it or something like that.
Wow.
Saskatchewan has 1.2. So if I'm going to make $1 in this province, I will be driving to go and perform. There isn't going to be enough business in either Saskatoon or Regina to have a regular show every week. So once things pan out with the school division and whatnot, am I gonna hop in a car and go do a Saskatchewan wide tour? Absolutely. there are lots of little towns that are looking for people to put up a performance that they could build a fundraiser around or something like that. So there's I have an in with the schools. Most of them know who I am. So I have that going for me as well. But it still it takes time to do that. And would it be nice, back to your original question, Brian, about would it be nice to have somebody with you? Sure, yeah. I mean, it would be what you don't see a lot of in our business is a husband and wife team.
Mm.
Alan and Lisa would be one that I can think of. We interviewed Dave and Gina about a month and a half, 2 months ago.
Yeah.
On Hypnosis Hero, and but they don't do shows. They're stationary.
Right.
So, but you don't see a lot of husband and wife teams that go out and do the entertainment.
I think travel might be one of the leading causes of divorce after just getting married in the first place. But I think what's appealing to
that's
me.
where the soft hands comes in, I think.
Jesus.
I'm not saying anything because I'm not the one that unbuttons my pants on the way back.
Sean's never eaten a burrito from a taco truck and played Race with the Devil to get home and needed to buy more time. But
cool. Speaking of which,
unless Grant, you're doing something in the
Hypnotized Hero. Who is the next guest that you guys have got on Hypnosis Hero?
So, first of all, we had a great interview with Christina.
Yes.
She was lovely.
Absolutely wonderful entertainer, and she's just knocking it out of the park. No question about that. I know she partnered up at the Heartland Conference with Joe Beth, judgmentalist, and went out and saved a couple of schools and by doing some shows. Interesting with her, I think the one thing was the fact that her first performance really wasn't supposed to be a performance. It was supposed to be a talk to a class that wound up being, here's the show. Let's, you're in front of the entire school. So she put her game face on and just
having
went
a show of 400 people for your first time. I would be like, yes, let's do this.
Yeah. So yeah, and she hasn't looked back, which is good. But this week coming up, we've got Steve Supachana. Next week coming up, we've got Steve Supachana. Absolutely amazing guy. He does actually a fair bit of technical work. He works with a lot of other hypnotists to help them with their recordings and things of that nature of their shows and the editing and so on and so forth. Does a lot of behind the scenes with websites and so on and so forth. But I've known Steve for a long time. Again, meeting through the Hypno Hustle group with Scott King, and just an absolutely spectacular guy in general. I can't say enough good things about him. As a hypnotist, very thorough. We've been on TikTok lives and where I thought, okay, we're gonna do this fast and be done with it. No. he starts asking the questions, and then as the questions start flowing, you can see how his mind just starts working to peel back whatever the issue is so that he can get to the root of it. And he's just like I said, all around great guy.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Yeah. It's one that you should definitely follow. And please, guys, do follow the Hypnosis Hero podcast Facebook page, so you can stay in the loop of everything that is going on with that. It is a great Facebook page.
And even if you're just starting out and you want to come on the show, go on the Facebook page, or the Hypnosis Hero podcast Facebook page, and there's a link to schedule. Come on, we'll have you come on, and we'll promote your website. What are what are the things that we can do to help you succeed and get yourself out there?
Yeah.
Even if you're just starting out, like I said, you'll be able to inspire those that are likely in the same boat. If there are
Absolutely.
other suggestions from seasoned professionals, uh, there's a wealth of knowledge to be had and shared, and we'd like to be the conduit there.
Seasoned professionals. That sounds okay. I can live with that. Salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper.
You can see it in my eyebrows now.
Yes, definitely.
Your words, not mine.
I think my screen is frozen.
Yeah, you're looking a little frigid there, Grant.
Yeah, I've just spent the last 5 minutes like bending my neck and moving around really awkward angles. So I just hope it was frozen. So
I was going to say your screen looks like you're just a wonderful listener, Grant.
I am a good listener. There we go. Let me just refresh this screen, and hopefully it'll still.
And while we're waiting,
yeah.
Hey.
No, it still looks frozen to me. Yeah.
No, Grant's. We need like the cartoon of the camera guy with the bottle with the 3 X's on it. It's like technical difficulties. We'll be back shortly to put up for Grant.
Yes. I'm back. There we go. Oh, there we go.
Wonderful.
My neck's working again.
He's alive.
I'm alive. Just about. Cool.
So, I was going to ask you guys, what's new in the world of Isha, NGH? Anything going on there with
always loads of stuff going on. I've not been too active with Isha for quite some time. It's a great organisation, but time-wise, you know what I'm like at the moment. I do not have any time whatsoever. I got in trouble earlier for actually coming on for this tonight.
Oh,
so I should have been at a birthday celebration, but I'm like, got to go.
Yeah.
So, we could have handled the news without you one more week.
That
assignment's always a good one. So
exactly. Yeah. So I'll tell you what I will recommend actually. This book, I don't know if anybody's read it. It's quite dark, to be fair. The 48 Laws of Power.
Oh,
yep.
I've known of that book for quite some time, but I'll be honest, I'd not actually read it. Having started reading it, it's quite dark. But
is that otherwise known as the Politician's Handbook?
110%, and I can understand why. It's good for if you're wanting to understand the dynamics of power a little bit more, and especially if you're wanting to make sure that you are protected against it and you can see when it's being used on you. But yeah, great book.
Yeah. Robert Greene, that's the author. I followed him for quite a while.
Yeah.
He would have, and I want to say this would be on Instagram, YouTube, and be on all the major social media pieces where there are snippets of interviews based on the chapter of the book, and conveniently there's like more than 48 of them. And where he talks about one specific piece and how it applies and how it could apply, and he's made it his life's work.
And like I say, great book. Cool beans. I think that's it for me this week.
Yeah. Hopefully next week we'll be able to connect with somebody and get the tea on Hypno Thoughts Live and all the cool things that they did, and we'll know what our interview was like with Steve, and we'll be on to the next one and the next one. I know coming up in early August we do have Cormac McColleran and Jody Stolberg will be making a return appearance, and we'll be talking about their trauma workshop and those pieces there, and again, it's about having it's about spreading the word about hypnosis is what it's all about,
And you know what? There's some great people doing that at the moment, yourselves included. Tommy doing a great job. Joe Beth, fantastic job. There's some real great people doing some great hypnosis and on some different formats as well. So on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram, doing some great work promoting hypnosis. So it's fantastic. And I think it's the first time that this has aligned for everybody the way that it has now. The old guard has softened, I believe. So it's a great time to be a hypnotist.
And then Tommy G Orlando, do we have a link for? He's doing like 28 days of hypnosis.
Yeah, his TikTok handle is like a hypnotist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's also putting that out. Is it only on TikTok or is it TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube?
We actually talked about that briefly. I think he wants to be able to do it on all the different platforms at the same time. So I know he's using OBS as a back end, so I can give him a hand with that and get TikTok hooked in there as well.
Right.
Granted, you still need your restream key, but anyway, we'll figure that one out as we need to. So,
and then I like you guys mentioned Joe Beth, Judgmentalist. I've been seeing a lot of content, just clips and stuff coming up, and he's really hitting some marketing hard, which is awesome. It means he's doing something right.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Joe Beth is just a wonderful wealth of information. Just the ideas that he has are great.
And it's about being visible. You know, it's not about the content being perfect. It's about it being out there and being visible.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Because you need something to come back, 10 years later and go, wow, look how far I've come.
Exactly that.
So
cool, guys. Yeah, that's it for me. I think I'm going to go home, get some sleep. Hey. I have a, and this is what people don't see about hypnosis. And so at 7 a.m. my time, I have a business networking event that I do. So that will give me 5 hours sleep, but 4 hours sleep because I've got to get ready for it. But it is worth it. And so you got to put in the hours sometimes to get the bookings that you want and the shows that you want and the connections that you want. So yeah.
Just be sure, don't spread yourself too thin, and make sure you get your rest and sleep and all of that stuff.
Well, to be fair, I just do it on Thursday, Friday now, whereas before it used to be a bit more than that. So yeah, all good. Guys, take care.
Alrighty. Take care, Steve. It'll be awesome.
Yeah. Take care, guys.